is like the cheat sheet. So I'm actually thinking like, should I show you guys? Because this is like the cheat sheet when you're creating a program, when you're designing a program. This is the cheat sheet. This is the cheat sheet. So should I show you guys? No. Okay, let's see. I'll show you parts of it. But anyway, I'll just show you guys. Let's go. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys. I like you guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys. So when you're looking at your training, you want to see like for each one of those different types of exercises that we talked about. Okay, what's the rep set range that you'd normally number of sets? Like, what is the number of sets that you'd set for someone trying to train for balance, flexibility, strength training, bodybuilding, muscle building, right? High powerlifting, hypertrophy, which is muscle building and bodybuilding, muscle endurance, cardiovascular exercise. So you want to think about like, okay, how many sets are you going to include in the program? And you want to think about how many reps are you going to include in the program? So that's what I was doing yesterday when we were setting up heavy and logging our first workout. So this is what you're looking at. So you're thinking about the number of reps and then the rest in between the sets. So that way you kind of know like, okay, what's the intensity as well? You're thinking about intensity and you're also thinking about strength here because you're looking at like, okay, what is the percentage of your one rep max that you're going to use for your working sets? And that's one RM. That's a one rep max because when you train, you want to make sure that you're training and you're not trying to hit your one rep max. That way, you avoid injury. When you try train towards your one rep max, you're getting closer to injuries. And you want to avoid that because you don't want to be pulled back in terms of your progress, right? So you want to avoid that. And so this gives you a breakdown of what you'd use to program your program and then how often are you training throughout the week as well on a weekly basis. So this is the template and the cheat sheet that you use. And now we're coming again. So you're going to plan for progressive overload. That's one of the principles with training. You want to increase your intensity and your effort that you're putting into your workouts because your body naturally adapts when you train. So your body is going to adapt to whatever stress that you put on it and it gets stronger. But if you don't change your program or if you don't progress, your body is just going to stop growing and you'll just stay in the same place and your workouts feel boring. You hit that plateau and you're like, okay, why am I not progressing, right? So you want to make sure that your program is set up in a way that you can actually progressively increase your strength, progressively increase the weights that you lift in the gym and you're getting stronger and you're consistently stressing your muscles and your body slightly. And yeah, and that's how you progress. And increasing the reps, you can do that, increasing the sets that you do, but you just want to feel like, okay, I'm actually pushing. I'm actually pushing and my body feels it. And then you want to include rest, recovery in between sets, depending on your goal, how much time you add. That's also going to be dependent on your goal. And then you want to monitor your progress as well. So that's why we use Heavy to track our progress, or any workout app that you use to track your progress. But I find Heavy being one of the best apps that are out there that's actually helping with like tracking progress for myself and a lot of people that I've worked with in the past and that I work with. And stay flexible and patient. So this is one of the key things when you're creating a routine. Yes, we create a routine. We're like, okay, we want to work out and do this in the gym. But sometimes you go to the gym and the gym is packed. Equipment that you want is being used and you only have like 30 minutes to work out. So the next question is like, okay, so what do I do? Like okay, I'm trying to work out. I'm here for 30 minutes, but this equipment is being used and this is what I was supposed to do in my workout. So instead of getting frustrated, you want to keep an open mind and just be flexible to say, okay, I'm in the gym. Okay, this machine is being used. Okay, let me improvise right now. Okay, what was this workout what was I trying to work out with this exercise? Okay, let me find something that's as close as possible. Maybe you're going to use dumbbells, but maybe now you go use a barbell. Maybe you're going to use a barbell, but dumbbells, barbell, they're all taken. Maybe you go use the machine. And maybe if it's all gone, maybe you can use a body weight exercise. So you want to just be open. You might not get the ideal exercise, an ideal workout, but that doesn't matter as much as you just showing up and doing the work. Even if you have 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just do the exercise, just do the workout and just get it done. Next time you come back, you're going to find it. Maybe it'll just be the whole gym to yourself. So don't worry about, sometimes you can't find equipment. It's not the biggest deal. It happens to everyone. And if you don't have the patience to wait, like just move on. Just keep moving. Don't let that stuff like hold you back and stress over it. I know it's annoying for sure. Like it annoys me as well. But but the most important thing is to just continue going and don't stop because someone else is using the equipment. So you just keep going, just keep on progressing.